Yay, the chat's there. God, I'm looking awfully concerned there, haven't I? Oh, wait a minute. No, the mute's on. Hello, that was quick. How are you doing? Right, I'm just going to actually upload this because I forgot. I thought I was doing that the whole time and I wasn't. How annoying. So I'm uploading the video from earlier. Right, unlisted, and I'll just scribble anything. And then I'll watch that later, and then you will see it tomorrow or whenever. Um, right. Right. So, yes, I'm much later than planned, people, live and on replay. So I'll do some collective, yeah, I shall do some collective messages until we get at least a few people here. Again, this should be probably, it depends, it is Friday night, but this should be better for most people, I'd imagine, because a lot of people are, I don't know, different time zones. But because it's Friday night, people might be out and about doing things and whatever else. So it is what it is. I don't know about yous, but I knew I wasn't going to be here the time I said. So like I said, maybe later. So it's always the way it's meant to be. So I did actually, I think I'll just start here. I did actually pull two cards before I came on here, and it's quite in line with like I just basically came off of a session there as well, and so again, like I always say, this is where a lot of people might be. So I'm just going to share. So this wasn't from the session, but it was kind of similar cards, I would say. Well, not really, it just depends. So I used oh God, it's got 39 on it as well. So I used these Black Moon Lilith cards on that session, and so I didn't pull this there, but this is called Cybation, Purify, Cleanse, and Release. So it's very similar wording because the one I've pulled just before that had something about shadow release. Um, and I was just sort of talking about that is very similar to when I talk about, well, shadow work and shadow integration, but particularly the unhealed shadow. And that's what I very much see. Like I sometimes I call Scorpio season shadow season by accident, but that ain't no accident. And I was just sort of saying that to the last person I was talking to, that yeah, that's why I'm having a bit of a bit of a rest for like 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm treating it as a bit of a holiday. I'm just gonna, just do some nice things, see some of my friends and go away even overnight and stuff, and well, longer than that for a couple of nights. Just do different shit. Just change the scenery because I just feel I'm really going to be needed this Scorpio season. And I was just reflecting on the fact that, that wasn't, I'm pretty sure last Scorpio season I was not in my strength at all. But this Scorpio season, I don't speak to you, so I feel I'm going to be because I just feel a lot of people are going to need it. And yeah, so purify, cleanse, and release, I feel is what's going on with many people. A lot of you in a dark night of the soul are just coming out of it. Because the thing is, it's a bit of a strange time to be coming out of a dark night of the soul, which a lot of people are that I've spoke to. A lot of you coming out of a dark night of the soul, the masculine energies, whether you are wait a minute, I might hold that up for whether you are whether you are the feminine or the masculine, or sorry, I meant to say the masculine energy, whether you're male or female, you might have only just clicked that you've been in it and you're coming out of it or about to. That's a conversation I've had with many people. Um, and even if you went through a big dark night of soul, this could be like what I refer to as a mini dark night of soul. A bit like what I just said, like last year for me was that, like just more of a bit of here you go, here's some dark stuff to go through. Even though you've had a lot, here's some more. Hello, Jesse, how are you doing? And Friday Night Live, yes. And because it is later here, oh, it's about to be 11:44 as well. Um, like basically, yeah, it's just hazy, and that's what the Dark Night of the Soul is. It is hazy when you're in it. you might not actually realize it until you're out of it that you were in it. Do you know what I mean? Unless you were like, I don't know, kind of geeking up on it and in circles that they talk about a lot. So it might not be the case for some of you. Like you might have actually been like, nah, I'm totally in it. But I'm just sort of sharing if you're not entirely sure that you're not alone there. Like that happens to a lot of people where it's kind of hard to tell because you've been so much when you've been through so much pain anyway in life, you're kind of like it's quite hard to tell. And I hear what you're saying. But yeah, it's definitely purify, cleanse, and release. Like there's definitely a huge purification process that we've already been going through. And basically it's a lot more people that are going to be going through it like around you, and so that could be quite interesting. Definitely if you're somebody that's already went through all of this, you're going to see many people going through their own process, so you're going to have to there's a feel I'm always talking about boundaries, but there's a real theme about the biggest things coming up that I'm noticing in the collective and when I'm working with people is inner child healing, boundaries, and I feel it is for those of you that maybe have already went through a lot of this, you're going to have to really protect a lot of your boundaries um, with other people that are going through stuff and just knowing when, you've got to allow people to go through their own process and how much you get involved with that. So, and if you are actually someone going through that, it's about there's definitely something here about not being too self-reliant and knowing when to reach out to others, which is a lot of the reason why they're going to give me a wee 2 week break over Libra season and I'll be back in your face every fucking day as much as I can. Like more than like again, it will be on camera like this, which I'm not the best pleased about because I really only like doing this on a Leo moon, which is why I do the free cards on a Leo moon. But I've been well prepared for the past like 10 years and really past few lifetimes. Um, yeah. And it's of course it's 11:44 when I've just said that. No coincidence that one, is it? Part of the 144,000 that was well trained up for these times we live in. Um, Yeah, but look, this was the hot guy card that I pulled. I need you. Your love and powerful light guides me home. Thank you for sending it to me. I do feel it and I need it now more than ever. You give me hope that I can be happy one day. So that is collectively all the masculines that are particularly still in a dark place, whatever a dark place means, confused about things, spiritual awakening, only just awakening, coming out of a dark night. So like, what the fuck was all of that? People are all in different places. And it's about what I say all the time, like pray for yourself first and foremost. Pray for other people you love, other people you love. Anyone in your life. Just pray for your enemies as well, guys. I know that one might be a stretch for some of you, but seriously, do because seriously, some people's enemies need it because of how they've acted towards others. So it's up to you. That's your call. But absolutely pray for your twin, like because they do need it. So even if they're not aware of it that they need it because like that's the whole thing about if you're in a dark night of soul and you don't know who uh you can't see who the good eggs and the bad eggs are yet. I don't even use that term. Somebody watching this must use that term. You're lost in the sauce, Jesse. Well, hopefully you're not literally lost in the sauce, but you might be the way I just said that. We're all lost in the sauce a little bit in different meanings, but it's kind of like you could be lost in the sauce of the dark night of the soul and kind of trusting the wrong people. So, yeah, I don't know. There's something in this because I just sort of let's shuffle them. I reached over and but anyway, I'll because there are a few people here now. So Elaine was here first. Guys, work with me on this because when I mentioned Tina in the see, I've done it again already, but it's only because of the I meant to do that there to say it like I done that on the recorded video where I said Tina and then it was when I was watching it back, I was like, oh fuck, I'm doing it again. So but I've said that to Tina when we've spoke over email and stuff that sorry, I'm going to keep doing that until I train myself out of it. And Tina finds it funny anyway. Again, like Tina said on here, like at least I am actually respecting that because you know, not everybody does when we make big changes like that. So, um, but yes, Elaine. And by the way, because I haven't done a live since that happened, how fucking mind blown is that? Again, I normally keep things anonymous, but I can't keep Elaine's name anonymous because, well, I wrote it. But I found that fucking flat again. Listen, I'm pretty sure you're all, well, I'm not pretty sure. If you're around here all the time, whether you chat or you lurk or you've just found me, you're gonna fucking find out fast if you just found me. You're gonna see it happen. But that blew my fucking mind that we had all that chat about Elaine sounding like Elaine, which is just to me, I don't know if Elaine is a Scottish name, but we reminder to like the video, guys. If you haven't, you might have, but I hadn't liked it, so I just liked my own video. Yeah, that was fucking nuts. But it was literally the first person that I saw when I left the house that day. Weird enough that I was even leaving the house. Let's just acknowledge that, because I don't leave the house a lot. But like I did today as well. Oh. But yeah, like I was going to my friends and I went down and I was getting a lift and I went down and there's just like women outside with a wee baby. Oh, that was quite interesting too. Actually, I'm not gonna. Aye, she did have a baby, but I'm not going into the baby's name and stuff because that feels like I'm just going too far. But the baby's name was really actually quite significant too. What I will say is it's very kind of like one like that's. I'm not going to say. I'm not. Don't guess because I won't confirm because. But it's kind of like it is like one that's like very Avalon. Um, I'm laughing now. It's not Arthur, but like, do you know what I mean? Like Avalon, Avalon. Maybe not Atlantis because I can't say Atlantis. I just want to say Avalon. It just is like quite an old kind of name, um, and it just made sense when she was like, "I'm Elaine," and I was like, "Oh, and what's your baby's name?" And then said to me, "Oh, of course it is." But I was like, when the woman said her name was Elaine, I was like, "Your name's Elaine," and I was like. It's one of those moments where you're like, it was a bit like when I was going along the beach one day and there was a dog that was trying to hump my leg was called something. Don't think it takes a genius to work out anyway. Um but it's kind of like, and it was funny because the woman kept calling on her dog and I was like, of course your dog is called that. Of course it is. But um Yeah, that was nuts. So yeah, I'd watch this. I'm probably going to see Elaine tomorrow as well, but I've not seen her since. That could have literally just been some weird shit that's happened. Like, oh yeah, I'm your neighbour Elaine. Why have I never seen her again since? That was like weeks ago now. It was a month ago. That's when it was. It was a month ago because I done it when it was the Leo Moon. But anyway, true story. Literally, the first person I met was called Elaine. Hilarious. I had to tell her too. Obviously, didn't go into all the details, but I was just like, I said it's a long story, but I just had a lot of banter last night about somebody's name that is spelled Alane, sounding like Elaine. And are you Elaine? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow. Uh, and of course, at that point, I had to tell her, I was like, yeah, stuff like that happens to me all the time. I don't think I said I'm a medium or healer. I don't, uh, yeah, it's not always needed, but sometimes when weird shit happens, you have to sort of say, you know what I mean? And people are like, oh, right, yeah. Only if they get it, because if people don't believe in it, they're like, whatever, you know what I mean? But it seemed like she was one of us guys. It seemed like she got it. I think she was quite keen to be friends. Let's hope Elaine doesn't watch YouTube and find me set, but I think she was because she was like, I was just telling her that I'm great with like kids and babies, especially because they did used to pull me out of the older children's rooms in the nursery to go and put the babies to sleep and stuff. So when Elaine's bairn can't sleep one night, you know who she's gonna be sort of like, what number was she again? Um, right, I'm just finding these cards for some reason. Um, yes, so basically, did I spit that out yet? Elaine was first. Would you like a card? I'm going to use the inner child cards, and then Jessie, and it might just be us guys, unless any other people that are on speak up. That's whose cards I'm doing. And I'm just gonna finish some of these collective messages. I've now got the hiccups. So clearing energy. Right, good. Let's see. So empath. Another conversation in line with a conversation I've just been having, of course. You are the harp of God's heavenly choir, a multi-sensory, highly tuned being. And do you notice how I actually was saying that about what I'm here to do, helping people through the ascension process and their shadow? Just basically, yeah, integrating your shadow. Again, it's not a coincidence I'm wearing black as well. Um, you know, part of the 144,000, part of God's heavenly choir. That's what that's all about. Although I just cringe at the word empath. I just don't like it. Don't ask me why. I just don't like it. Like I said, everybody has empathy unless you're a full-blown narcissist and you don't care about anybody's feelings, which there are, some folk out, well, there are actually quite a lot of folk out there like that, or it seems like it anyway, but it's kind of like, everybody has empathy. Most people. So I just have a problem with like, are you an empath? I would hope everybody is to some extent, but and I get it. It's just that some people do feel on a much deeper level than others. And I'm actually one of those people because it's always been apparent whenever I've been in training grounds like that, people wouldn't be understanding why I was so deeply moved by somebody's story about a death or anything really painful. And it's just because I've always struggled with it. How can somebody just move on that quickly after hearing a story like that? It always just kind of sits with me. But actually, I was just talking about that with the last person I worked with too, is that, I can do that easier now. And it's not because I care any less. If anything, I care even more these days. But it's like, if that's even possible, it's because you have to be able to detach from what's yours and what's other people's when you do this kind of work, because I would just be sitting about crying all day and everybody else's stuff. You know what I mean? Because I help people with heavy stuff all the time. But you're powerful. Live your life from a place of fullness and honor your perfect wholeness. So look, she's got a crown on there. So I really do feel there's something coming through here about um honor, yeah, think like what I said, honoring your boundaries and honoring your sacred self. Like, not everybody deserves to be around you, and not in like a dickhead way, just in the fact that you have, well, I just said this to the last person I spoke to, you have worked hard, a lot of you, to, on your own healing path, on your own growth, to be where you are. Whether we're talking about your healing journey, whether we're talking about, your career, whether we're talking about, and again, it kind of reminds you of, well, that's going down a business route now, but it kind of reminds you of like when I explain that to other people that I'm helping with their business, um, or just for people to acknowledge that in general, that it's just obvious that if somebody's got more now, this is what my dad always says, I get it wrong, so I'm probably going to do it. Let's just stick to doing it wrong, but strings to your boa, but I think it's just strings to your bow. But who gives a fuck, basically, is what I say whenever he says that. But it's kind of like, I just looked at my picture of my dad when I said that. But yeah, it naturally, somebody that's got more skills and talents and able to do that in a short amount of time. And actually, I'm one of those people that can help you in a short amount of time. I just choose to sit with people for hours because I just love connecting with soul family. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to get off the call. But it's naturally that, you have to sort of honor that, that some people have got more skills and more experience and more, well, natural talent to help people than others. So I think that, there's something about that. I don't know whether this is people that are doing similar to me, that you need to value that about yourself. Um, or maybe you just need to value yourself full stop. Kind of reminds me of Venus and Scorpio right now, although that's pretty sexy, spicy energy. It's also because the one I done earlier, which is the one I'm just upload, but the one I forgot to upload there. That, wait a minute, just let me check. It's uploading. Um, that yeah, I said, oh my God, how's that? Fucking hell, that was fast. It's already uploaded. Only been talking for 20 minutes. God, that's okay. Well, there you go. It's not published yet because I need to watch it back, but that was really exciting. So, that it was just really exciting. That's what I remember. It was like a lot of shit happening fast, and things are going to happen fast, dramatically as well. Um, But yeah, Venus and Scorpio. Venus and Scorpio is because Venus is love. It's about love. It's what you value. It's what you find beautiful, and it's money. So, because it's in Scorpio, like I said, when it's to do with love and sex, well, it's just hot. But it's like there's no other way to put it. Spicy. But that can also go a bit dark because where love and sex is involved and Scorpio's involved, it's like its intensity. So that could also go to like toxic as well. So there's a sliding scale. You decide where you like to play. Maybe some people go right to that end and then come right to here and go, oh, I don't really like that. I'm just going to heal myself and go back to this. I don't know. You decide with you. But when it comes to money, that could be like, Scorpio is the eighth house, which is like death and taxes. So, that's like from like Meet Joe Black, but it's like, yeah, other people's money, things to do with money. There could be, oh, I'm just thinking about a story my mum told me recently, like things where people have been doing dodgy shit with money and that can come to light. Oh shit, I just realised I picked up on that in the one earlier. Yeah, that came up in the one earlier. Um, so basically, careful what you're doing out there, guys. And karmic people, if you've already done it, you've done it. And, just, I don't know, pray for forgiveness, whatever it is you've done out there. But yeah, and whatever else. So I don't know why all of that came out like always, but I needed to for someone. So I'm just asking, do we need to do a wee bit more? Oh, right, I just want to do these right. So because that light card was that one about being guided out the light was already like I pulled it before I went live. Let's just see if it comes out again. What is the strongest collective message that wants to come through from some of the masculines to their feminines? And this tends to be like in the case of from a male. Don't blame me. It's just oh look, oh wow, I've been talking about writing books and that in the last session too. I'm inspired. I could write a book about my experiences with you and how you inspire me. Maybe one day I will. Oh my God, that reminds me of an after when he writes a book and he doesn't ask permission. Don't do that, guys. But like I've said before, don't think I can't see the synchronicity. Like, is that like me doing this? And I didn't ask his permission to tell the story. I don't think so. I don't think it is. But like I've said before, sorry. But I mean, I'm doing it now, so we're in deep. Uh, but like I've said before, that could be absolutely anyone I'm talking about. So, and there's plenty more stories, and there's loads of details I've missed out. So. But that is kind of interesting because I literally was just talking about, yeah, I was talking about my book that I'm writing. That actually isn't anything to do with love. It's the ones that I'm going to do. Well, just again, yeah, just the things that I've said all the time, things to do with astrology in my own type of way, and things to do with, because it won't even be astrology. It's just whatever it is I'm doing, and decluttering and energy, a bit like what we've just done there. But that's quite interesting. So yeah, a lot of masculine energies are being inspired to write. So it might not even be write a book. It could just be you're being inspired to do channeled writing and just experimenting. Because I pulled a lot of cards today about creativity. I pulled a creativity card for the last session, and I pulled a creativity card on the collective one that I'd filmed right before the session. So and also on those cards it was men. Like there was you'll see it was like strictly men. There's a card. It's quite funny. Where is that deck? It's a card, right? And there's a guy holding a paintbrush and it's like he's like, where the fuck do I start? And it's like it's like it gives me the feeling that somebody's like, look, there's one of them, career angel. Look, it's three men. Why is it all men? Three men walking in different directions trying to find their energy. Hello, Claire. First time watching. I liked and subscribed. May I ask a question? Well, I don't tend to do questions. I just pull the card. So if you're okay with that, are you okay with that? I can pull you a card and you're third on the list. So, and how are you? Do you want to tell us your real name? Or is it Pharaoh? And are you a twin flame? How did you land upon us in YouTube land? But yeah, look at that. It's three men, right? And it's got great. So I feel this is men awakening to their talents, basically. Um, yeah. And the other card is one card is a blessing. Good. Well, I'm glad you see it that way. The other card is a man, like you said, something about art or something. But there's just yeah, look, here it is. Don't know why this makes me laugh. Look, he's like the angel's like, look, you just pick up the paintbrush and you just start painting, and he's like, yeah, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Doesn't it look like that guy's just stumbled into a fucking art class or something? He's like, I don't care what I'm doing. So it's like this could be how somebody feels like about like their like gifts coming online or it's awakening some kind of talent that you had as a kid for drawing or writing or poetry or something like that. But it's like this man's like, well, what do I do? Like, do you know what I mean? Does anyone get what I'm saying? I find it really funny. I don't know why I find it. I just do. Right. So, and on a more serious note, I can see it's more important if the person sees, but it does kind of fit with the last person I just worked with too, because I pulled creativity guides and there was actually a paintbrush and a palette on that too. So there's definitely a lot of people that are picking up talents that you kind of maybe put on the back burner. And like I said, I help. Oh wow, look at that one. My eyes just caught it when I was shoving. I love you. I will always come back. We don't get that one a lot, guys. So maybe that needs to be the thumbnail. Dramatic Leo Moon. And that actually fits with the one from earlier. Because again, I haven't watched it back, but from memory, it was like boom, boom, boom. The last, wait a minute. I don't know what face to do. I've held that long enough. I'll just take a screenshot of that. The last three cards, it was. And you'll see why, because it's like this is just so not true for everyone, but sorry, it just makes me laugh. I can't let I fantasize about showing you off to my family and friends by the amount of times that I pull cards about disapproving family and friends or disapproving karmic friends. That ain't true for everyone, just saying. And you have to get over that hurdle. I don't know how many times I have to stress that to people. There's some masculines that think they're going to be able to put out some of these fires before it's just not going to happen. Some of you actually need to weather the storm and go to your person and the energy, the downloads, the codes come in while you're together and actually circumstances can dramatically miraculously change. So I don't know what ones you are, you need to fucking work that out for yourself, but and all the signs will slap you in the face. If you're the masculine and you're being told to go to your feminine, you will know. I fantasize about showing you off to my family and friends. I want everyone to see us together and how happy we are. I'm so proud of you. But if we tweak that, that could also be I can see all the people that are manipulating me and the people that manipulated me to turn my back on you, and I don't give a fuck, and I want everybody to see anyway, even if I'm not around them anymore. You know, that's the way I've changed it. It's different for different people. The screen froze. Look, the screen froze for Elaine because that's the energies that don't like that. Because look, that's very clear. I'm planning and I can't let you go. And so it's a bit different. So let's shuffle in now. So could you tell us a wee bit more? So, like I said, for the ones that it's like it's not there aren't any issues around friends and family. It's always going to be one of them, though. It is going to be one of them. Um, if not all of it, because that's why do you think I call that card the village, the fucking village? Because it's like it takes a village to keep these masculines away from their feminines. But not forever. When you're true twin flames, it might feel like it's forever, but one day it just clicks and you get it. And that day just might be today for some of you. Sundown, you look so charming. Hello. In what way? Are you a real person? Like you might be, but I heard that creative energy was going to be really important to establish in New Earth. Yeah, it absolutely is. It's about everybody's gifts and talents. That's why my tagline is "My gift is helping you find yours." And then I should just add on to it because we're all going to fucking need it in the times we're in. We're all going to need whatever your talent is. We need my talent. We need your talent. Everybody needs to find their talent fast. And if you found it, share it. That's basically it. Um, so, um, oh, look, you're saying is the audio going out or is it just me too? So, oh, that's interesting. It went out for it. Oh, I wonder what. And you're saying it dropped out. Oh my God. Shit. I wonder what bits didn't get said. I am a real person and I'd like to ask a question. Well, like I just said to the other person, but I'm aware you might not have saw that. I don't do questions. I just pull the card. So as long as you're okay with that, you can get a card and you're fourth on the list, but I've not started the list yet. Um, my audio's working again, guy. In fact, I didn't know if it was just me. Oh shit. Well, that's the karmic energies because of what I was saying. Maybe it's interesting. The temple. See, the temple, sacred self, that's what that's about. Yeah, look, look, the threshold. To me, that's when somebody's about to cross your threshold. That sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? But the flame, the flame, the flame, the flame's about to cross somebody's threshold. Their door, that is. So yeah, so there is a card in here that talks about that. I don't think it came up, but you tame my demons. I was just going to ask specifically, right, and then I'll start on this list. Basically, where there is issues with friends and family that are preventing and doing everything in their power to block the masculines from having any kind of contact with their feminine, for whatever reason that is. Again, because let's face it, for some it might be quite fair enough that somebody's in a relationship with somebody else and they need to clean up that side of the street before you go getting with other people kind of thing. But for other people, it isn't that, and it's just there's still all this crazy shit that like people try to do. So you just need to know. Oh my God, half this deck is under here. You just need to know which one you are. Tell us about those people. Hello, Erica. Where are all these new people coming from? Or are you not new? Are you just people that have been watching and you haven't been talking? Oh, you're new. You are new. Love it. We're attracting new people. Um, yeah, I'm afraid I lost you forever. See how that fits for the people where it is the friends and the family, unfortunately, or like this could even be like one friend or one family member, or it could be a whole load of people. Whatever it is, the people that have got an issue that are in these categories, those masculines are afraid that they've lost you forever if you're the feminine because they sided with people that they thought they could trust and there's been big betrayals because that's what I'm gathering from what I've done today because I can feel when it's like the masculines betrayed you, and I mean let's face it, that is the case for many of us as well, but it's complicated because it's like a lot of masculines have betrayed you through manipulation from the karmic people around them, so it's like fucking hell, do you know what I mean? um Erica, it's your beautiful. Thank you. You've checked. Yeah, you fixed it. That's hilarious. Yes, I'm not going to read that out, but that's a message in itself. Your beautiful energy attracting us. But if you saw what that said, everybody, you know what I mean? That's look at what I'm saying. That's so you were meant to do that, by the way, because that's I'm talking about karmic energies, and this is karmic energies that have attracted masculines, literally attracted them. Oh, look, they're hot. All that glitters isn't gold though. And then the people are they're finding out, wow, these people, never mind you tame my demons, you got attracted to the demons. Do you know what I mean? Listen, whoever they come in the form of, romantic or otherwise, a lot of these masculines are realizing, holy fuck, these people have not been genuine, and I've turned my back on my genuine other half of my soul. Like that's think imagine you're in that position and realizing that. Again, some of you are because you are the masculine. So sorry for laughing, but it's a bit fucking shit, isn't it? And it's and that's why that card came out about I need your light, when I do feel it. Like so pray, pray for your twin because some of them haven't saw the light and some of them have saw it and they're trying to work out how to come back in towards you. And I mean, you just got to peel the plaster off and do it. You know what I mean? That's only for people that are been through a dark night of soul. If you've not went through a dark night of soul, you got a long time. I was just reflecting on that with someone there that I can clearly, I can tap in and feel so much of what again, I don't like to go too deep into that, but I can feel so much of what my twin is going through that I feel I've got a pretty good gauge on when there was like a real shift, as in, whoa, he's really in the dark place now. Uh, and so I just kind of kicked my shoes off and kicked back up and knew that there's like, you just got to let a person go through it. But still prayed still do pray every day, and I just crack on and do my own thing. Um, I miss you. I miss talking. Oh, this is the one that never makes sense to me, but it might make sense to some of you. I miss you. By the way, I miss you has come out. I miss you came out 2 days in a row, yesterday and the day before. And now this is 3 days in a row this has come out. See, so that's the theme you see. The collective theme is the masculines are really missing the feminines. When, like I said, there's been times where they clearly aren't, but they are now. I miss talking to you. Oh, but I say now, but this past, present, and future, some of them won't be missing you, and they're having fun doing whatever the fuck they're doing down Karmic Lane, right? Sorry, I'm sorry to say that so bluntly, but it's quite funny. It is Leo Moon. But if you can't laugh, you'll cry. So, hopefully I entertain you there. I miss talking to you. That's why sometimes we can talk for hours in person or on the phone. I don't want our time together to end, no matter how it seems to you. I don't know about you, but that makes absolutely fucking zero sense to me. Even when I did see mine back in the day, we weren't doing a lot of talking. Please don't pay attention to my moods. I allow my physical world to affect me more than it should. I get frustrated at my life and I know it needs to change. I'm working on this. I'm frustrated. So again, that can be how somebody shows up in a dark night of the soul as well. Angry, depressed, like pulling themselves away from things and people they would usually be around. Um, and I ran because I wasn't ready for you. And that's really what it all comes down to is, this person ran, all the people in this position ran because they weren't ready for you. So yes, patience, Erica. I'm just doing the collective first. He better miss me. That's hilarious. Right, so nobody seems to get me or understand me but you. I feel so alone, I'm lost, right? I think that it's just now similar cards coming out. You get it. There's a lot of masculines that are feeling lost. So we're sending our prayers to the masculines that are still in that, and we're even sending our prayers to the masculines that are coming out of that and wherever people are at and stuff like that. Right, okay, so I don't think I need to write it down because there's not that. Well, maybe I do. Let's just write it down. So it was Elaine. See, I'm doing good. Jesse, and then I'm just going to call you Pharaoh. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Hopefully I am. And wait a minute, was it then Sundown and then Erica? Right, right. So these are a wee bit longer. They're not really long, but what have we got for Elaine? I started this on the 27th, it's now the 28th. Isn't that funny how time works? But it's still Leo Moon. What have we got for Elaine? Practice freedom. So this is number 26. So that was yesterday. Because I pulled a card earlier that on the healing, if you've watched that, or you can watch that after, that it ended with a 27. So that feels significant that some of these are real time. So this is yesterday's if we're going by it being a date. 26, practice freedom, release the weight of judgment. And I don't think I've read this one. I don't remember reading this one yet. So that looks like I think it's meant to be an eagle. Might even specifically be a hawk. So first of all, what I'm getting from this is you're being guided at this time, Elaine, to fly above any kind of drama that's happening around you and look at it from like an observer point of view. Um, and remember, so although whenever I'm reading this for someone in particular, this can make sense to anybody watching. So judgments that we or others have placed upon ourselves can shackle us, stealing our joy, and will fully embody, wait a minute, and to fully embody our life. Stealing our joy and will fully embody our life. It's a heavy burden to carry the weight of judgment, and it can keep us trapped in a cycle of fear and blame. If you've pulled this card, it might be time to consider whether you're being held prisoner by judgments. Oh, so the inner work exercise. So that was quite a short and snappy message. I don't think sweet, but it's like, take some time today to reflect on the beliefs that you hold about yourself or your inner child. Write down as many core beliefs as you can and then review your statements for signs and patterns of judgmental beliefs. A good way to do this is to speak these statements out loud and then focus on the feelings and sensations you experience afterward. On a separate page, write down all the statements that did not leave you feeling empowered and hopeful. Now's the time to dig a little deeper. Where did these beliefs come from? Why do you believe this is true about yourself or your inner child? If you release these beliefs, are you afraid something might happen? Are parts of your identity built around these beliefs? This is fascinating to me because I've literally already spoke about this in, sessions today, and even actually I can even see how this fits with some of the stuff I was talking about my mum when we were having breakfast earlier. But it's when I actually left the house. Like, yeah, this is about like really sort of unpacking why do you believe that about yourself? Where does that come from? And actually sitting with somebody that you trust, or like I said, this is a lot of the time this is going to be a good idea to do this with somebody with skills to be able to, like a counsellor. So like I said, although I just said that to the last person, I say that anyone I'm doing a session with, unless we are doing therapy slash counselling together, I'm not your counsellor, but I am a counsellor. So it depends which way you look at it. Because you have to be in that therapeutic process, I believe, like, week after week, go unpacking these epiphanies. But again, I feel a lot of you feel like you do that just through, and you'll feel like that even more when I'm doing the day, when I'm on the live daily like that, which I feel is the reason why they want me to be doing the lives more on camera. Well, actually, I mean, it's not, I don't often do a live when I'm not on the camera because it'd be holding the phone kind of shit, or I mean, I do. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, that's the thing. Even if I don't want to do it face to face, I can just do my hands on the on the live. But the point is, it's people feel more comforted. I think when I'm on the camera is what people have said. But yeah, this has definitely already come up today about um like you can be too attached to a certain identity. So make sure that you're not attached to I've always been this way, so I'm always gonna be like release the parts of you that aren't serving you, basically. Shadow release is a card I pulled earlier too, so that's coming up there. And like basically like show love to your shadow. I'm on the squeaky couch, by the way, which I don't think matters because you never sort of hear things that you do when I'm doing on the phone. But it's rather than shaming and blaming and like being the repeating negative voice in your head, which has come from others, which has now become your internal voice, whoever this resonates with, um, like try showing that part of you love and seeing how your life changes. Keep doing it day after day after day, and write down affirmations that are supportive. Like I can do this, because I can do it. I will do it. Will start turning into fucking hell, I've done it. I'm fucking doing it, or I've done it. Do you know what I mean? Like, change it. Um, you are that powerful, regardless of what anyone's ever told you. Answering these questions can help you understand where these judgmental beliefs came from and why they might have been hesitant to go. Now's the time to counter them. Write down the opposite statements to these judgmental beliefs. A really good thing to do is to do that with money too. So whatever things, beliefs you have about money and wherever they come from, write ones that counteract it. And that could even like really unlock a lot of abundance for people as well. Because and even if you've done it before, do it again. Like you'll have picked up more shitty things. Um, and I can do that with you in a session if you want it, if you find it easier to do that with somebody, but like do it yourself too. Now's the time to counter them. Write down the opposite statements, these judgmental beliefs, say them aloud and see how you feel. Do you feel empowered, hopeful, or full? If so, then there is truth here that needs to be spoken. And the responsive journaling prompt, how does it feel to speak words of truth and freedom over yourself now? Oh, I love that, Tina. And that's obviously why there's an eagle. Oh, guys, we're going into double figures now. We've got 10 people watching. I don't know why I put that accent on for that, but it felt appropriate. Do you know what? Because I just finished that session, I nearly did go live on the phone, but I was like, I'm a fuck doing that. Because when I went live on the phone, there was like 200 people right away on the live. I was like, what is going on? Am I vertical on some people's, like, although I'm on my laptop, am I vertical? Because I can't stand that when I'm on here and it's like, I can't stand that setting that's like TikTok. Like, it's so annoying because you end up flicking onto somebody else and you're like, who the fuck is this random? Do you know what I mean? Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me. Right, so let's do Jessie's card now. So what have we got for Jessie? Who's that girl? Who's that girl? It's Jess. And your card is Today is the day. It's got a giraffe on it as well. 3 and 6. So 3 and 6 is 9. 9 is endings. There's been rainbows in both these cards, so a lot about the rainbow frequency coming in. It's time to begin the journey. So let's see what this is about. And that might mean something personally to you. You know what the journey is. It's time to begin the journey. I just opened the book up at You Are Enough 38 as well, so that could be significant. Um, Right. Today's the day. It can seem overwhelming when you look towards the finish line of a journey you've not yet begun and see how long it will take to reach the end. But the finish line is not always where your attention belongs. It belongs in the space right in front of you. The journey begins with one step and continues with the next step and the next until one day you've arrived. Oh my God. Guys, I know you've probably worked out that that's to do with what I just said because it's not me, it's God speaking through me, it's the guides. But remember when I just said something about if you keep saying I am, I can't, well, just say I am a lot about whatever. And like I am lovable, I am worthy, I can do this. Before you know it, I can do it, I am doing it. Wait, fucking hell, I'm really doing it. Oh my God, I've done it. Oh my God, everything I prayed for, I'm in it. Be grateful. When you're actually in it, be grateful for the things you think about it, the things you've got today, one day you were praying for them and now you're in it. So that definitely goes for any of the elusive twin flame, any of the real elusive twin flames that are literally really with your twin flame. And I'm not talking about some of the people that have been on here claiming they are and then it turns out it wasn't, right? And again, if anybody happens to be watching that and that happened to you, you've got my love because that's totally fucking shit. That's not a good place to be. And some of these people must have signed up to go through that. Do you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Basically, if you do get into physical union, fuck hell, if you actually get to the point of having an actual conversation where it's just you and them and there's nobody interfering and nobody storms off and you manage to resolve it to the point of actually then getting into a union. Because the thing is, what I just said there, that's no a union, that's a fucking talk. That's the talk. That's, and I'm just laughing because when was it? When I came in from Manchester on the Sunday night, I turned on Friends a reunion. So think about it, friends are like meeting up with a friend for a reunion. And but it was specifically it was I turned it on at the bit where they're talking about Ross and Rachel and that actually um they did fancy each other in real life and they channeled that chemistry into their characters and that's why it feels so believable when they kiss in that scene because it was pent up what they really wanted to do. It makes a lot of sense if you know the scene I'm talking about because it did seem very believable. But who knows if that's even true because I didn't really I was the biggest Friends fan you could ever meet and then when you awaken properly and you go down the rabbit hole you don't, I don't, yeah, I change the channel when I find Friends now, unfortunately. I did watch that though, I will admit it, because I thought, oh, have I seen this? And then I saw it and I was like, well, what the fucking bullshit, man. But the reason why I know they're saying that is because before I had found out more down the rabbit hole in my awakening, I always used to say that that's what it felt like I was in a Ross and a Rachel. Like it's never over, do you know what I mean? But and that's what true twin flames are really like. It's just kind of like, yeah, that's just like that. It's just you wouldn't want to be in that situation. Why am I talking about this? So as well, like, yeah, there's loads I could unpack from that. Because if you even think about the awkwardness of when he's about to marry someone else and he says her name. So that's going to come in it for some people as well about. So I always say you wouldn't want to be in that position where you know that somebody's got a person out there like that. You know what I mean? Um, right. So the journey begins with one step, but the point is just take a step wherever you're at, and then before you do it, before you know it, you're in it, you're doing it, and be grateful when you're in it, and because you prayed for what you're in, because you will get there even wherever you are now. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to do what you've been putting off. Make a commitment to yourself to begin your journey. Though it might seem scary, know that beyond the horizon awaits something more wonderful that you can know in these present moments. No one is ever truly ready at their first steps. It is not perfection that we seek, but a life lived fully. And the responsive journaling prompt: how does it feel to start your new adventure today? Take some time to list all the wonderful things that will come to you on this new journey. There is much to look forward to. Oh, that is exciting, Jessie. So that's that card. I'm actually moving through these cards quite quickly. If I'm bored and I've still got energy, I might pull you another one, but I'm not making any promises. Because some of them are a bit longer than others, but I mean they've been fast as fuck, really, haven't they? So, um, yeah, I know what it means, sigh. I spent an hour journaling about this today. Oh my God, well, there's the confirmation then that you were absolutely meant to be doing that. Um, oh, so it's not vertical, right? So that is important then. So it must be something about when I'm catching people that do that, it is right enough. It will be because they're on their phone. So it's just something about when you go on your phone, they put you on that vertical TikTok sort of shit, and I really don't like that. I don't like it when I'm on somebody else's, but I don't mind as much. Um, but really didn't like it as doing it because it was just completely overwhelming. There was just far too many people all at once. And then I've actually saw other people complaining that then they get because you end up getting a lot of people that aren't real, like bots and stuff, it it was taking away people's monetization or something because it was like claiming that it wasn't a real person. But it's like, well, hang on a minute. If that happened to me or anyway, we're no fucking asking for all these randoms that aren't even fucking real people. You know what I mean? So what? So that's why it's kind of like there's something not right about that. But I just didn't like I didn't like how overwhelming it was. It was hilarious. So, and remember, it was the only live I've ever done where all the first three people that arrived were all men. It was like they were like, we need the males to come in to protect Claire. Um, it was fucking weird. If you were there, you'll know what I'm talking about. Right. So, 'cause there's the men are here tonight, guys. Where's the men? And just because it's men, it doesn't mean it's men that aren't. I mean, a lot of these men are not all of them. Some of them are the feminine. Um, she is pulling yours right now. So, right, what have we got for Pharaoh? Am I saying that right? It's no fucking Pharaoh. It's I don't know, whatever it is. Right. So, oh, oh, that's interesting. It is another one that is like what I've just said, but the reason why this is interesting is that's the one I pulled yesterday. Yeah, it was the one I've done yesterday. That doesn't feel like yesterday, but it was the one from yesterday or the day before. But I think it was the one from yesterday where where basically I said number three is the Empress, and then I literally did pull the Empress out. So, but also that card was still sitting there from yesterday, and I just put it back. So that must be a really important message that you needed because I only just put that back in before I started. Find clarity, and I might have even been on here when I was fiddling about. It might have been on here actually. I might have, anyway, but it's important. Be present, find clarity in the moment. So you see the theme coming through here is we're all needing to be here now. Your power lies in the now. If you're always putting off taking the big, brave, bold step that you're always going to be scared to do until tomorrow, tomorrow keeps being put off. And before you know it, another week's went past, another month's went past, another season's went past, another year's went past, another 5 years went past, another decade went. But you know where I'm going with this. Like your power is in the now, and like I'm stressing, particularly if you have literally went through your dark night of the soul, and it's like now it's like it's just that kind of more. There's more an exciting, exhilarating feeling rather than the fear, because there is a difference. You need to know where you're at. Pull yourself close. I pulled that earlier for somebody too. That's about soul retrieval. Like if you're still needing to do a lot of inner child healing and you feel you don't like you don't feel like being around people and stuff, then you're not obviously in a place to be connecting with anyone, let alone your twin, because they trigger the fuck out of you. But Your twin's always going to trigger you. They'll just trigger you less, and you'll be able to work it out and balance the energy. Both people, by the way, I'm not just talking about the masculine with the feminine. Well, yeah, if you are a twin that has been around your twin, because some of you aren't, I'm aware that, you know that you've got someone out there, but you don't know who they are, or you might have an idea, or you might not have seen them for ages. But if you can remember what it's like when you're physically with your twin, um, they trigger you like nobody else in the world, because it is the other half of your soul, providing you know that that is your true twin flame. And the things that you might hold back and not say to somebody else, like in a conversation or an argument or something like that, it'll just come out your mouth like word vomit. It is weird, because it's like more so than not, I had that experience when I was younger, when I would be talking to mine like in the morning and we'd just be talking, it was all nice stuff really, like, but I would just be like, sometimes and I'm like, God, I'm being way too honest with him. And you might think you're like that with everyone, but I'm really not. Like, I don't tell, that's why it's kind of like you might think you know everything about me, but you really don't. You know what I mean? Like, if you've had a session with me, to be fair, you probably do know a lot. Well, you definitely know a lot more than others. But even with that, like, I tell people what I want to tell them. And but yeah, there's just something around that it's like it'll show you where it'll show you where you're not perfect, basically. That's what's a bit uncomfortable about it. It's like, because newsflash, nobody's perfect. Hopefully you got that from being in Virgo season, which is about trying to be perfect. You can't be perfect. Um, it's humbling. I feel being a twin flame is humbling because um but you'll start to, once you get it more on the journey, you understand that it's like, oh, right, yeah, the more I love these parts of myself that I don't like so much, and then I actually learn to love them and then unconditionally love them, the more you understand yourself and the more you understand your twin flame. Oh my God, this is really deep, guys. I'm like, this feels very Scorpio, but that'll be Venus and Scorpio that's bringing that out of me. So, anyway. Yes, time to read your card now. But wait a minute, but that's all part of it. You needed to hear that. Everyone needed to hear it. The shamanic journey may help with that, absolutely. Thank you for that, Jessie. Yes, and thank you for saying that. So, the only time we possess is the time we are presently in. While it is prudent to plan for the future and wise to remember the past, the present is where our life truly resides. If we outsource our happiness to future plans or past memories, then we lose the gift of the present day. In the end, our life will amount to the collection of our many small moments, the moments of the everyday. If you pulled this card, then it may be time to focus on what is in front of you now. And I know I've said this loads of times before, right? But so again, I don't know if you, Pharaoh, when you found me, or if you would have, but if you haven't watched the video that I just done literally yesterday, um, again, it's so funny because I'm just noticing that my voice gets so loud when I come on here, so I'm just recognizing and I'm turning the volume down a little bit. I don't know why it happens. It happens all the time. I just like, it's like a broadcast of my voice. I blame Leo Moon. It does happen on a Leo Moon too, but let's just turn the volume down a little bit there. Um, Yeah, I feel there might be something in that collective one for you. I can't really remember what it was all about now, even if it's just like a bit of it. But this basically to me is a big third eye on it. It's like if you're not already seeing something crystal clearly, you're gonna soon. And I feel it is like if you get present and you pay more attention to your environment, there's something I'm not liking there. I'm going to use another, wait a minute, I'll finish this and I'll use another deck of cards. So again, this would be something that you're already aware of, that you're kind of onto somebody that's a bit shifty, or you're gonna, and you'll be like, shit, this is what Claire was meaning. Um, yeah, so because this is now talking, yeah, look, bring awareness to your body and your surroundings. I didn't know it was going to say that. So, like, and I just started saying that before I read that bit. Although to be fair, I think I did read this on the one earlier, but as if I remembered that was me just feeling it. So bring awareness to your body and your surroundings. Try not to let your mind drift towards the future task or past memories. Let everything fall away and just be. Notice where you are and how you feel, but I'm feeling like you need to tune in to how you feel in your body around certain people. Because I'm feeling it right now and it's not nice. Like I'm feeling it in my stomach. It's like something's making my skin crawl. This might even be connected to the healing I done earlier. There was deceit or something. What was it? Deceit, I think. Betrayal, deceit. Um, Notice what you see, because this is the thing for some people, especially because this has got a giant third eye. For some people, that could be like an omen, like for you to pay attention to red flags before you're betrayed, like to give you a heads up. And you think, well, why the fuck have why has it happened to some? It's like, but it's like me included. Like I've had all the anything I'm channeling, most of the time this shit has happened to me in some way, shape, or form. Definitely betrayal, that shit happens all the time. But it's kind of like it's like, some people it is that are meant to be saved from that. Maybe you've went through enough of it, or you're gonna have something else happen. But some of us need to go through it. It's just souls. I just see it as people's souls growth. But um, notice where you are and how you feel, and focus on the details of this present moment as an artist would. Like, there's so much things about artists coming through today as well. Look at the light, shapes, shadows, colours, and textures of what is before you. Once you've connected with the present, take time to ask yourself if there's anything that needs to come forward now. You can also just rest in the space, enjoying the beauty of your present moment. So basically, this is talking about mindfulness, but I'm feeling into something more specific, like if you're getting a feeling you can't trust somebody, don't ignore that. And I'm going to tap into it a bit more with another deck. What do you feel when you practice presence? Are there any feelings or sensations that arise during this practice that may stop you from being fully present? If so, sit with these feelings and ask yourself where they might be coming from. Note, the practice of presence can be life-changing. If you become overwhelmed at all during this practice, please take a step back and resume when you're ready. Right, I think they want me to shuffle these because I was seeing now this will kind of blow my mind. There's a card in this deck called the Angel of Bullying Prevention. So that might be a bit of a strong wording, and again, I think it's just triggering, isn't it? Because even if you have been in a position where, let's face it, it has been bullying, whether it's bullying in a friendship group, bullying in a family, bullying in a workplace, bullying wherever else, in a romantic partnership, none of us want to actually be like, oh fucking hell, I was bullied. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not. I'm laughing because it's like it's not a fucking nice thing to really admit to yourself, is it? But I think really, if you sort of dig a little deep, like I really do feel it's happened to everyone somewhere at some point. Um, but this is kind of the feeling. I don't know why I saw that card, but I did. It's like so. It's just basically some kind of energy that's a bit of a bully. So I always kind of feel that could be like a narcissist as well. So you might be aware of who this is, or I don't know. Let's just see. But that's what Venus and Scorpio is quite good for sussing out, any Scorpio energy. Like, it's the more sort of hidden, covert nature of people that wouldn't be known to everybody, but somebody that's got an unhealthy hold over you. That's quite specific. So if this isn't you, this could be homing in on somebody else listening. But in, look at this. I should have said it. The way I was talking about betrayal, I was going to make well, it's not a joke, it's fucking true. I was going to talk about Jesus again because I said that in the last session I was in. That I say this all the time, but never mind Mary Magdalene, I often really do resonate with Jesus energy because of the betrayal and the way I talk about forgiveness. But also unconditional love because that's Mary Magdalene and forgiveness as well. Both, I mean, because they're twin flames, so it's the same energy. But I'm holding the angel of enlightenment, 33, Jesus energy. So if this is what they're saying is, I could literally, and it's not me, it's them speaking through me, I could literally be enlightening you to this through this right now. And then it might click when you're in the moment. It might not have happened yet. It's kind of what I'm getting from that. But yeah, Angel of Release, I'm telling you, and they're making me use the Leo Moon to be dramatic. They always do. That's why I like going live in the Leo Moon. Again, and even when it's not a Leo Moon, it's always a Leo energy around here because I've got a Leo midheaven. So whenever I'm on here, like I say all the time, to just stress that on people, this isn't how I am day to day. I'm not being fake. I'm just not like this day to day. I barely leave my house and I don't like to talk to a lot of people, so I'm not very social. True story. That's why I'm really proud of myself that I had I mean, when I did send the chosen ones my number today, with my cousins and my auntie and uncle and that, they were like, hope you enjoyed the party and everything, and and like I literally did enjoy the party. Of course, I would be polite and say that I did even if I did, but I really did enjoy the party because I didn't drink. I had literally one prosecco. Um, but the point is, like, that's quite nice for me because it was a very social weekend. But, like, literally, when I say to you that I literally only got my energy back today, I'm not kidding. Like, so I got back on Sunday and I literally only got my energy back today. Like, that's how much. So, even though I had a good time, like, that's how much it drains me to be around people. So, that's why it's like I can help people on here. But, and it's, it's a lot of people because the views are shite. They lie about it on mine and everyone else's, but whatever. Um, yeah, Angel of Release. You're going to know because look, this has got life, believe, love, dream, stress. Somebody's going causing you stress that you're going to, yes, it was Cousin Pants. She messages me back too. She just said hello and I just sent back a pair of pants and a music symbol. So again, it's just the code that we've got with each other. But yeah, Angel of Release. You're going to be guided to release this bit. Sorry, I'm laughing at my hair. It's fucking mental. It's quite funny how the Zoom disguises how bad it actually is. It looks like I've meant this. It was just I had a hat on. Well, before I put the hat on, my hair was like on top of my head, like you know what I mean? Because I'd just been having the bath by chucking my hair on top of my head for a couple of days actually, and then I thought I really need to wash it, but I really need to dye it, and then I didn't have the hair dye yet, and I still don't have it, and then well, I've got one, but it's not the right shit anyway. I'm not going into all the details about that, but this is what happened. I quite like it though. It's quite funny because it looks like I've done it, but it looks like it's like half up, half down, and it's like must look like a fucking state at the back, but that's fine. I had a hat on. Oh, it's quite funny. Right, so yeah, so anyway, I hope that meant something to you and get your power back. Yeah, I'm telling you, so you might not know what this is about, Pharaoh, but somebody is an energy vampire or somebody's trying to have an unhealthy hold of it, feels very manipulative. Get your power back. You've forgotten who you are. You're a child of the divine, so take back your power. Yeah, so I don't know why. So, Jesse, when you said about listening to the journey, you were actually meaning to Pharaoh, weren't you? So, there's something in that because Jesse will tell you that it was coming through a few times on this to listen to it. And then when you did get guided divinely time to listen to it, it was the right time and you felt the difference. So yeah, pay attention to that, Pharaoh. And actually let's just put it in so that because again, if I was to be honest, if I was watching this too, I always think that like I do understand why people do miss how much my stuff could help people because it's kind of disguised and it's disguised too much and it is a Scorpio rising thing. But that's why you're going to see a lot of videos over the next month that might not seem different to those of you that have been around a long time because you've seen all this in personal sessions, you've seen me do it in lives and stuff. But I'm just going to do a lot more videos where it is less about the cards. I'm probably going to still pull a card at the end kind of thing if I do at all. But people, I really need to be stressing this to people that are in a really dark place, how much some of this stuff could help them. Um, why is it? See, they need to change it that I can move this to the top. Um, right, right. So this one. Because so it's a shamanic journey to retrieve back your power, but specifically karmic situations. But remember that can be anything. So you don't even if you don't know who you're very welcome, even if you don't know who this is that I'm talking about, um, it's going to become clear at some point. So it might become clear when you watch this actually. So yeah, so just even if you don't watch it tonight, you'll watch it when you're meant to, because that's why Jess is a good example that she obviously went to listen to it when you were meant to. So thanks for saying that. Um, right, so now it's sundown, and then Erica, thank you for your patience. You're after sundown. When the sun goes down, do 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 do. You know it's really fucking weird. That came on in the cafe that I was in today. That's strange. Na 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 na. I know the tune, but I don't know any of the words. When the sun goes down, do 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 do. It's like a cool saxophone. But kind of reminds me of like Ibiza or something like it's. I'm gonna wait a minute, maybe it's not like I don't think it's a really deep, meaningful song, guys. It's just a good song. When the sun goes down. That's not it. Arctic Monkeys, it's not them, it's a dance song. It's not that either. Next. Oh no, it is quite deep, I suppose. I just don't know. I don't know the words. Fuck. And the thing is, like my Spotify. Wait a minute. My Spotify isn't even there anymore. I uninstalled it and reinstalled it because it was saying that I was like I've upgraded it and it didn't let me. Like I must have not paid it. And I think I just kept leaving it and then I paid it again. It's fuck it. It's not. Wait a minute. And the sun goes down, do 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 do. Sun goes down. Okay, it just keeps fucking telling me the other one. If somebody else can find it, that'd be helpful, but I don't, you don't need. Is it that? It might be this one. Wait, let me just. No, that's like some old dude. That's not that. I don't know. It's a dance song. Moving on. Right, I'll put it on the replay. I'll find it. Because it was on one of my playlists years ago and I used to really like it. It's just it might just be like, good to add to your dance playlist or something, but it could have some kind of profound words in it that because it has. I think it's about being present, so it does matter actually. The card said be that's hilarious. The card says be present, doesn't it? And the song is about that because it's like nothing when the sun goes down. It's kind of like, okay, it's something like that. I honestly can't remember the words. So whatever. Be present. That's what I'm taking from it, and that was your card. So um very annoying. Right. Sundown, your card is. I'm hearing it in my song. I'm hearing it in my head. Oh, so it's not the same card as Tina, but it's kind of the same composition. Is that the right way to say it? Like, because it's instead of an eagle flying, it's a Pegasus. And if you're here all the time, you'll have heard me. Oh my God. And then this has also got today's the day to try something daring. So it's like the composition. I think that's the right. I don't know. You can tell me. Of Tina's card, but it's a wording of Jessie's card. And this is how we should all be able to take something from each of the messages. Go on an adventure. Today's the day to try something daring. What song's that? Because that sounds like it could be the words of the song that I'm talking about, but I don't recognise. That's not the song, but that because when the sun goes down, we'll be grooving. When the sun goes down, we'll feel all right. When the sun goes down over the water, everything gets hotter. I don't think that is the same song, but it still fits. So who's that by? All day long, just taking it easy in a hammock. Wait, that is not the same song, but it makes sense. That's hilarious. So thanks. Going in, yeah. So let's read this. So that isn't the song, but it does make sense. So someone must read the words. Um, Go on an adventure. To go on an adventure is to awaken the explorer within. There is much joy to be had in adopting this spirit of exploration, even for a day. As children, life was a remarkable journey into the unknown. And that's what keeps coming through for a lot of the masculines. You need to go into the unknown. And remembering that excitement can help bring our joyful inner child to surface. If you pulled this card, then it may be time to try something new today. So again, notice it's not try something new tomorrow, it's try something new today. So I do feel some of these messages are look and they look be present. There's a lot of power in the now right now. There's a lot of power in the now right now. Um, Practice living in the moment and do something spontaneous. It does not have to be a big something, only a new something. And don't worry if the details are not perfectly planned. That is so tying into everything I've already said to other people. Some of the best memories can be made when you least expect them. Go on an adventure, whether big or small, and do not let apprehension keep you from exploring. Apprehension will fade, but the wonder that is to be found will surely not. No, if you have this book makes me laugh because some of the notes are like so obviously like nobody's going to do that. Common sense, but some people need the common sense bit. It's by Kenny Chesney. Oh, interesting. I don't know what that is. If you have anxiety around this exercise, please do something that feels adventurous but not overwhelming, such as reading a new book or trying a new dish as you're at your favourite restaurant. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying for some people that is a big thing. Like that's like you're always going to be afraid. Just go and talk to that person that you need to talk to. You're always going to be afraid. Just fucking do it now. But don't do it now if you're in a dark place, you don't want to talk to anyone and it's not the right time. But I think there's some people watching this where it is the right time. So, and that's not necessarily talking to a twin. That could be like sorting something out with, a karmic energy or somebody that you're just needing to get told about something. You know what I mean? Like, this is the right time. I don't know what it's about for every person, but all I know is somebody needs to hear that right now. Be gentle with yourself and know that you will find your own beautiful, wonderful adventure that is just for you. What emotions does the idea of adventure bring up in you? Is there something you believe you're capable of or will enjoy? How does your inner child feel about the idea of adventure, Sundown? How does it feel? That's your journaling prompt. Um, right. So, Erica, well done for being patient. It is now you. What have we got for Erica? I'm still singing that fucking song. Nothing matters. Where we go next. All that matters. It's like that's so funny. I'm like something like that. I'm getting like bits of the words. It's something like nothing matters. It's something about like nothing matters. I just think it is about being present, which is making me laugh that the card literally says be present. That is hilarious. So they have given me the right song, but the reason why I'm singing the song is because the name Sundown reminded me of when the sun goes down, do 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 do. Yeah, somebody found it. Have you found it, Tina? You might have found it, but I'm sure I mean, I'm sure it just must be called When the Sun Goes Down. But you know how there's some songs, I'm looking at laughing at me dancing. You know how there's some songs you're like, that should fucking be called that, but it's not, it's called something random. Um, Erica, what's Erica's card? Speak to yourself with kindness, and that has come up in this already. Oh, and that's a 33. Have I already pulled this card? Oh no, that was from a different deck. You're wanted. There is a home waiting within, and that's a 39 too. So that's an extra message for you, Erica, or that's for somebody else. Maybe somebody that is 39 or approaching 39, because that is a few people watching. More than just person connected to me. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within because your twin flame is home. So speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Oh, also as well, 33 come to Jesus moment. So let's see. God, I'm fucking. Oh, I'm hungry. And when I'm hungry, that's about sexual energy. We worked out, well, I worked out but I'm literally hungry. The stories we tell ourselves can create the patterns by which we live. In our daily lives, the words that we choose to speak over ourselves can deeply influence how we think and act. We are often unaware of just how critical our self-talk can be, and that's related to the very first cards that I pulled, isn't it? And how often we engage in it. If you have pulled this card, then it may be time to review your self-talk. And the inner work exercise. If you're currently in a place of negative self talk, this practice will focus on becoming aware of the negative self talk as it occurs. During this exercise, ask yourself, am I speaking to myself with love right now when you're reviewing your self talk? It can be helpful to use an object such as a piece of jewellery or a physical reminder to speak to yourself kindly. So maybe like if you put like a hairband or an elastic band or something around your wrist, and every time you speak to yourself horribly, just ping the thing and you'll soon stop doing it. Do you know what I mean? So as an object of high value, as an object of high value can be even more beneficial, particularly if your negative self-talk focuses on the idea of lack of personal worth. If you can, choose an item of value and importance for this exercise. You are worth it. Once you have your object, practice becoming more aware of your self-talk. At the beginning of the day, set an intention to be aware of how you speak to yourself. Throughout the day, as soon as you notice a negative thought, touch your object and remember that you are worthy of positive and hopeful self-talk. That's a much better idea, but you can use the more harsh one of pinging the band if you want to. Depends what, some of you might need that one, but that one's a little bit kinder. Like, oh, yeah, this crystal's meant to remind me to love and be kind to myself. And I was just being a dick to myself. I'm going to now be nice to myself. Or use the pig in the band, whatever works for you. Maybe you need a bit of both. Pain and pleasure. I don't know. It's your call. Right, so touch your object and remember that you are worthy and positive of hopeful self-talk. Whatever negative thoughts you had, speak the opposite to yourself or out loud. Practice this as many times as you can throughout the day. If you feel that you need an extra dose of positive self-talk, think about 3 to 5 uplifting, affirming things you like about yourself. Write them down. Oh my God, why is my nose so itchy? Has you got a loved one in spirit that's trying to talk here? Fucking hell, that's really itchy. Place them somewhere you can easily see them. Say them to yourself or aloud every time you see a note. That reminds me of something I say quite a lot, but it was the fact that I love and like to you as well. Are you new? Um, Although I'm not a big love and light fan, it has to be said, but you did put a yin yang symbol, so I like that. Love and shadow. I'm more of a love and shadow person. Because you think about it, love and light is just the light part of it. Where's the shadow? You know what I mean? I'm about both. Um, so I'm not saying that to you specifically. I'm just saying that in general, by the way, because that's what that brought up for me. How do you feel when you speak to yourself with love and kindness? How does your inner child feel when they hear these words? Try it, because you see, some people feel it very triggering. It's like I've had clients, I've even had friends, I've had family, I've had people around me where they could just think you're talking shit or you're fake if you're being nice to them. Unfortunately, it's because some people just aren't used to receiving genuine kindness and love. I know it's sad, but it's true. And try writing down, like, there's always a catch, you know what I mean? And not everybody is like that. Granted, there are a lot of fuckers out there like that, but not everybody is like that. Try writing down how you feel at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week. Do you notice a difference after completing this practice? There you go, Erica. And see you later, guys, because that's everything. I'm joking. Let's pull myself one. That's kind of risky because these cards are quite deep. Although, are we getting to the point where it's like, is this really mine? I am asking for me, but it does mean that this would make sense to my inner feminine and my inner masculine. And if the theory is correct, this would make sense to the other half of my soul. So let's just ask for both of us. Let's just do that. What is the card that we both need? That's quite an interesting way to put it, actually. And then I'm throwing myself in it as well, and then I just might not show it. And the thing is, I wouldn't mind showing it, but if it's anything too, who knows? I don't know what it is yet. No, that's oh my God. Right. I'm going to test how much people pay attention. What number do you think this is? If nobody gets that, you really don't pay attention like every day to what happens on here. What number do you think this card is? Well, welcome. I'm not going to tell you the number. I'm going to wait and see if somebody guesses the number. Bearing in mind what I said before I pulled the card and what my eyes are doing right now. But I'll read that it says, let go of the past. It's time to envision a new story. That's my card, but it's also your card if you want it. I'm not talking to my Twinflame right now, but I suppose I am as well. I mean, that can be anybody watching's card, but it is just quite interesting that I said that out loud like that. No, but you're new, so that's fine. I'll tell you the number when somebody guesses it because I'm going to be disappointed in every. Nobody wants to be disappointed in anyone. If you don't get the number, you're not paying attention every day. I'm hinting far too much at what the number is. And I was going to say something else, but that would totally give it away. But oh, it's a short one too, so we're just getting straight to it. The past is a complex. Oh my God, look! And before I even read it, that does make sense to me because I just let go of a phone number over 20 years because I felt it was hexed. How crazy is that? And I don't fucking feel it was hexed. I fucking know every fucking fibre of my being it was because of how I feel now that it's fucked off. The number eventually fucked off, but let me tell you. Oh no, I'm showing you it. You might. That's cheating now. It's number 21. I held it up. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, you know. 21's a world card coming full circle. Um, and you saw what I said. So, um, yeah, there's karmic lessons completing. Like, and this can also be like happy endings, like somebody has reached the end of something. But for me, that is I just closed a huge karmic cycle by getting rid of that number. Um, which does actually mean in theory that my twin will mirror closing out something that's been a huge burden for him, and that's his business. So, like I don't even know what it is either. So the past is a complex thing. It can hold for us all the core elements of who we have come to be, our very essence and identity. Sometimes we can be conflicted about our story and how it has unfolded. Maybe we identify with one aspect more than another, or maybe we've rejected the past completely. However, it may be how we view the past can have a drastic impact on how we view the present. If you've pulled this card, then it may be time to look at how your beliefs about the past might be shaping your actions in the present. Interesting. Ask yourself if the past has created an identity that you no longer wish to claim. Oh my God, and then my card, our card, who's ever all wants to claim this, ties all the cards together. If you're here all the time, that happens quite a lot of the time. It's like that card is encompassing everybody's cards, is the way that I'm seeing it. Because I said that at one point that don't attach too much to your past because you're not your past anymore. And for me, it might just be a number, but I was hanging on to that number, which had a lot of negative energy for many, many reasons. And it's just a fucking number. Look at your, you know what I mean? Make a note of it. And if somebody wants your number, how often do you know what I mean? In this day and age, you don't need to know your number off by heart, is the point. You know what I mean? Um, is there a label that you and others have placed upon you that is no longer serving you? So, oh, that's really deep. That's definitely, if you think about it, like, what is it that, so for instance, I'll go lightly with one for me, is I actually used to refer to myself all the time. And I noticed this is how I knew I was like, you see, I feel that's when I'm channeling other people's energy because I used to refer for years to myself as being shy. I'm not shy. You know what I mean? Like I was shy for a long, long time. I'm selective about who I talk to and where I talk. And yeah, there's a difference. Do you know what I mean? I'm not shy anymore. Because actually I was chatting away at that party. I would appear to be shyer than most at a party. Clearing energy here. Um, but it's just because I can't be bothered talking fake shite talk with people. But actually, because that party was like, there was a lot of people that were a lot older than me. It was really interesting, rich conversation that was happening. It must be because I'm 40, guys. But again, there was loads of people there that were chatting to that were all a lot older than me. You know what I mean? And there was actually lots of people that were a lot younger than me. I had lots of interesting conversations with people that were like, only up to my knee. They were the best dancers of the night, actually. I'll tell you what, there's some cracking little mini dancers in my family. They were all like, you know what I mean? It was like they were in competition with each other at one point. It was hilarious. Um, and of course, that would be the Sagittariuses and the Leo Risings, the fire signs. Um, but yeah, where are you attaching a label? Because, like I said, for a long time, I would keep referring to myself as being shy, and there was a turning point when actually, no, I'm not shy anymore. I was. I'm actually really pretty confident, very confident. You know, so confident that I trigger people, and they'll see that as something else because they've not got it in them. But it's like you can either be jealous and envious when somebody's confident and they're good at what they do and they know they're good at what they do, but stay humble with it. Don't get too ahead of yourself because that would be the shadow side of Leo. But be confident. Um, and just know that if other people have got a problem with your confidence, it's that shady deck through there. But we love some of the cards that says your light irritates their demons. You know what I'm saying? So it's not your issue. That is actually theirs. Um, Somebody needs to hear that. Well, it's actually me that needs to hear it because this is my card, or maybe it's my twin flame that needs to hear it, but it's coming through. But it's somebody that needs to hear this. So, you know, like I said, everyone's cards are everyone's really. It's the way that I see it. But yeah, is there a label that you or others have placed upon you that is no longer serving you? I know how that fits for me, and I'm pretty sure I know how that fits for him. If your answer is yes, then responsive journaling might be good to help you work through this now. I'm not going to do that, right? I can't be bored with that pish, so I don't know. I think I might even directly just channeling my twin flame there, but no, that's me. I'm owning it. That's me. Um, Ask yourself how this label, because it's enough to think of it. If you know it's journaling, do it. You know, it's I kind of this is my journal. You know, I talk it and it helps me to do it. So thanks for listening. You are my dear diary. Ask yourself how this, and remember, I was in therapy for 7 years, so I'm not just using this as therapy. So ask yourself how this label came to be and how you might be able to release it. Make sure to pay attention to your self-talk around this label. So be careful not to refer to yourself as whatever it is you're not anymore, because you can be reaffirming it, because we can get attached to being called something and you're way more than whatever that is. You get to decide. So if you don't, basically, if you don't want to be, it's a little bit like, right, with me, I'm talking about me because I'm not gonna do that for because of what I've said when I've picked this card. I don't. That's for whoever's resonating with this card to tune into themselves, like whoever, and I literally mean whoever watching this. Um, it's like if people refer to me as a tarot reader. I don't fucking like that. So that's why I say out loud, don't please, like, don't do it behind my back all you want because I don't fucking know. But like, just on here, I'm just saying I don't like that because if you're going to call me anything, I'm a healer, and there is a difference to me. Like it's like I said in the video recorded today. I don't like be called to. I don't want to be referred to as another reader as well because I'm. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just that either. It's like, and so that might seem like a small thing, but I don't even like being referred to as a psychic. Do you know what I mean? Because I am, but we're all psychic, so I don't really like being. I'm not too keen on labels, but we do need labels too. I kind of sit somewhere in a bit of a woolly place about it all, but there's other stronger things that you could refer to yourself as that might have suited you at one point that you don't want to be seen as that anymore because you've matured and you've grown out of it and you're just not that person anymore. But other people might still be seeing you as that. Like actually, come to think of it, they're just sort of saying to me like, I never get that now, but there was up until a point when I would be seeing like I don't know who it would be, maybe like other friends or part or like or family, like basically they would refer to me as a party animal. And you couldn't be any further from the truth, like now and for the last 5 or so years, you know what I mean? That's not at all the truth. But at one point, yeah, I was going out quite a lot, you know what I mean? So these are kind of like quite light examples, but I feel for some of you it'll be stronger than that. And you've got to take the assertiveness and the initiative to be like, that's not who I am anymore. Stop calling me that. Tina, see how this speaks? Oh my God. Sorry, I didn't mean that. But they meant it to be funny. See how that would speak to you, Elaine, if people keep calling you Tina. But we need to forgive me because at least I'm catching myself. See, this is hilarious what they're doing. That's not negative self-talk, but you see how I catch myself. I keep instantly saying Tina, and then I'm, oh fuck, Elaine. Eventually, a few lives in, and I did tell you this could take 6 months. I don't know how long this is going to take. Please God, don't take 6 months. But eventually, I'm going to stop doing that, and I'll just be like Elaine, Elaine, Elaine. You know what I mean? So, but I spoke about this with Tina 1-to-1 as well. That it's like it's because I had to train myself for a while that it was Tina when her name was different, and now I'm having to train myself. It's but yeah, that's a really deep message actually. Um, so ask yourself how this label came to be and how you might be able to release it. Make sure to pay attention to your self-talk around this label. What it's like when people get referred to as a player all the time as well. You might have been one day, but maybe you're not now. Maybe you still are. I don't know who's listening to this, but if whoever that speaks to, male or female, when you don't want to be referred to as that anymore because you don't want to be that anymore, you need to tell people, shut the fuck up. That's not what I maybe not like that. Fucking where did that come from? Maybe somebody's doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's on you. Like don't allow people to be around. If people aren't respecting, like with Elaine with her name change, or people, aren't respecting that you're not who you were then and you're different now. These people are not your people. They're not your soul family. Um, what might you be telling yourself on a daily basis to reaffirm this unwanted identity? Ask yourself how you can release this identity today. 21, let go of the past. It's time to envision a new story. That's another short and snappy card, that. Right, so um anyone else want a card before I go? Be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. So I'm just taking that advice on board. 29 and 48. Where are we going with that, guys? I always get drawn to 21, and I say it when I'm on you must not watch my videos. I seem to have like a 30-second lag, so I'm a little bit behind you guys. Yeah, there is. No, everyone has that. Slow as fuck. I do video journaling, health hunt. Yeah, it's, it does. Like, um, because I don't know what you mean by that, but it might be what, like, I do. Yeah, I video myself particularly, like, I find it helpful if I'm really upset about something. It's a bit weird actually. Like it's like the fucking Blair Witch Project or something. But I'll get the phones. I don't do it every time, but sometimes I'll get it and I'll just talk and I actually self-soothe as I'm recording myself and then I end up laughing. That's quite funny. I calm myself. That's literally as like I'm counselling myself. Like I calm myself, that I self-soothe myself. And then I never go back and watch these videos. I think once I did and then ended up crying again because it was quite sad whatever I was crying about. But yeah, I don't tend to go back and watch them. So I better not lose my phone. That would be a bit embarrassing. um, but but I also make voice notes to myself as well. So and I never listen to them either. And some of them I should because I've got really great business ideas. But I named them all quite well though, so I can always go back and listen and stuff. But wow, that's nice. I had it when I was in the hotel, right? Because it was one of the ones that they had. It's raspberry and cranberry tea. And it's what's cool about that is it doesn't matter when it's really nice cold as well. So fun, boring fact for people there. And also it's caffeine free, so that's quite good too. Although I tend to do have things that are caffeine free anyway. What we do now, guys, my back's a bit sore. Somebody got a sore back with their Kundalini energy or something. I'm putting my hands on the bottom of my back because somebody watching this right now or in the future has a sore back at the coccyx. I'm sure it's called something like that, isn't it? Don't quote me on that. But it's, yeah, the lower back. I mean, it could be somebody with period pain or something. That's what it reminds you of as well. But it's just keeping my hands there because I've not been to Christ. I've sat here for much longer than this. Um, let's do a Mary Magdalene card. Right. Okay, I think I'll end it with the Mean Imagining card. What I'm going to do is, does anybody appreciate the use of crazy emojis there, Tina? Breaks it up a little bit. Uh, what was the... Holy shit, I'm quite tired. Why am I so tired? What time? I suppose I did get up quite early. Yeah, I did get up quite early. Um, I'm not going to read this from the book, right? But I'm going to pull each of you one of these. Let's just do it quickly. So I'm not going to do it in order. I just done people's cards. If you want one of these, speak now or forever hold your peace. Suffering. So somebody's suffering out there. So for whoever's suffering, right? First of all, I'm praying for you, and it kind of fits with the first cards I came on here with. And I feel it's, that as part of your spiritual awakening, your dark night of the soul. Um, And I feel by researching the things that you're guided to look into, whether this is something about twin flames or Dark Night of the Soul, or which is how a lot of people are going to come across me, unless it's just totally random in the way that they come across me, because some people tell me that it was weird the way that they found me and it wasn't through looking for this stuff. Um, this could be about like a talent that's left dormant. And again, that, like I've spoke about with a lot of people today, like that is and again, I'm saying a lot of people because it was in a session and I was also talking about stuff like this with my mum. It's like, there's something lying in you that is lying dormant and it wants to be awakened again. And so you could be getting led to read a certain book, watch a certain film, just to awaken something and that would bring you out of your suffering. That's a deep message. So like you said, that'll look, yeah, angel of enlightenment. And it's part of your come to Jesus moment, rebirth. But it feels like a spiritual awakening. So, right, I'll just do another one, quick fire for someone out there. Priorities, right. So there's something that you're needing to prioritize in your life right now. I feel you're going to get around to being in quite a comfortable place of whatever it is you're trying to make a priority or you're planning on making a priority, whatever this is, whether it's a person or a habit or it's like I'm hearing that December is going to be when you're in a comfortable place of it. So if it's a person, I feel you will be comfortable in this person's life. Whether if this is about love, you will be in this person will be in your life in some sort of way, or you'll be in connection, communication, whatever this is. Or if it's not a person, it's like you will be more familiar, whatever this is that but it's something like, because there's a 12 in it, and I'm being told it's something to do with December, and it's something that for whatever reason you couldn't prioritize this person or this thing you want to do. Um, but by December you will be family. So look, that's really specific. Oh my God, and it's a 10. So like look, we're about to be in the 10th month, right? And this has got Holy Spirit and family. I feel this is I love just doing these ones where I just throw it out there. But basically, this is going to speak to someone in particular. If you wanted to prioritize, I feel this is actually like about a divine feminine. Like I feel this is a masculine so again, this isn't everyone's, but I just can tell from what's coming through here. It's like for whatever reason, for family. Now that I could unpack loads into that. This could be somebody, a masculine couldn't prioritize a feminine in their life before because of family. So that again, that could be that this person had a family, like they were still with someone else with a family, with children involved, however many children. Or this could be that somebody had some kind of responsibility looking after family, carers or something. Or it could be that there was family preventing somebody from you know what I mean? Like that would make sense too. Like a family that's literally distracted somebody from prioritizing, um, yeah, prioritizing their love life. So it wouldn't, it might not be necessarily that somebody was holding somebody back from a twin flame, although God, if they know who your twin flame is, that absolutely happens to some people, a lot of people. But it's something like that. And it's like now the Holy Spirit is moving mountains, I'm hearing, to because like, it's funny that that's got a wee house in it too. It's like in the month of October. So this is really specific. Please let me know if this speaks to you, like, on the replay or, whenever, but it's like in the month of October, there's going to be the Holy Spirit's going to be moving mountains. So if it is family that were in the way of a masculine prioritizing a feminine, then whatever's going to be, I don't know, things are going to be miraculous, healing's going to be taking place, that this masculine will be prioritizing um a feminine. So like it's yeah. So that'll make sense to somebody. But let's just see with the angel card. And there's just something specific about October, well, I suppose November too, but it was something about something's going to happen in October, and by the December, um, it's like I'm hearing like it's almost like that person will have never not been a priority. So I guess that'll make sense if that's you. Um, yeah, look, wow, that's so powerful. Angel, and then look, now it's a 1 January. So we've now got October, November, December, January. Fucking hell, that's really clever how they're telling me that. Angel of white light. This is like miracles, white light, angels. This is a twin flame connection coming together. That yeah, I mean that's definitely family that have got in the way of a twin flame union. Bullying prevention angel. Yeah. So do you know what I'm saying? Listen to what I said earlier. I mentioned that card. I saw it clairvoyantly. I can never not mention the hot guy on the card. Why is the angel so hot on that card? It really makes me laugh. But I think it's because it's like he's like, hey, nobody's gonna bully my girl. I'm coming in to rescue her. I didn't see this card like this before, but look, hot topless man. The girl's quite hot too. She's like, these people aren't being very nice to me. And they're like, ha ha ha, we're like fucking nasty cunts. My God. Father, please forgive me. Like literally my actual dad too, because when my dad lurks on here, I'm in trouble. Well, no, I won't be in trouble because he never admits he watching me. But anyway, I can't take it back. We need a rewind and erase button. I believe it or not, I don't ever say that word a lot unless I really need to. But that must be the case. You heard what I said. Anyway, yeah, it's not funny, but like, look, like miracles and mountains are being moved. I feel this is an actual move or something, by the way, because there's a wee house on it, and it's like something's happening in October. And whatever happens in November, like by the December, you're comfortable with this person. That even sounds like people living together or something, or being around someone a lot. And then January, and it's like, yeah, it's because it's like, look at, and then that's got a, wow, that's got a 2. So I think they're trying to tell you as well that it's like, look, by January and February, whoever these people are that are like, and I always take the bullying prevention angel to be, and that isn't that weird that I did describe it on this live, didn't I? Because I'm like, it wasn't the video earlier, I think it was on here, that to me that bullying prevention angel card does mean like narcissists and stuff too. Because like, oh yeah, it wasn't here, wasn't it? Because I was like, nobody ever wants to admit that you've been bullied, right? Because I remember like when I've went through things at school and that, and it was like it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Like it wasn't bullying, but it's like, well, it's just scenario. I've spoken about it before, but scenarios where like I was so, like I said, shy's not the right word. I didn't fucking talk. I was mute, but like I didn't talk, and but I did also have people around me at the time. And I remember this is when you're really young, but I'm not that young. But it's like I just took things so like if somebody was like, "You don't need any more pals, I'm your pal." I just took it so literally that I wouldn't make pals with people. And I mean, I'm quite a friendly person. I mean, I know I joke in that and I say I'm not social, I mean, it is fucking true now. But actually, at that age, I really like when I was at primary, I was friends with everyone, the girls and the boys. Like I literally was friends with everyone. And then it was the transition to high school I fucking hated, which I now know is because of all the different things that I've got. It's very difficult with things like dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, always, because we're so sensitive and it's just so much, it's overwhelming. I just shut down really. And it was that, like basically, like, I just took it too literally when my friend was like, "You don't need any more pals, I'm your pal." I was like, "All right." So anybody that tried to be friends with me, I was really probably quite rude. Like, like I just wasn't I wasn't talking very much anyway. When people were trying to be nice to me, I was like, what I mean? I wasn't engaging, like, what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. It is sad. Like I'm not gonna cry about anything, but it is quite sad. But what I'm saying is that that's kind of hard to it's not bullying as such, is it? But then it was like, shortly after that, that same person was like, "See you later." Do you know what I mean? So it's, you know what I'm saying? Again, this is so long ago that it's all like, forgotten and forgiven and everything like that. But it's just sort of proving a point that it's like, it could be something like that, where it's like you've been in a situation where you've been manipulated, because that's really what that is, you've been manipulated and you've kind of went along with it because you didn't really realize what was happening to you. And before you know it, you're turning your back on good people that actually are looking out for you and wanting to be nice to you. 'Cause like I'm saying, like there was genuine people that were wanting to be my friend, and I was like, I don't need any more friends. I've got friends. And then it's like those friends are like, "See you later." And I'm like, "Oh, great. Now I'm fucking on my own. Now I don't want to go to school. I didn't even want to go to school anyway." And it's like, but then, we're always grateful for the hot guys, like make us get up in the morning to go to school. Do you know what I mean? That's probably was a driver when I was young. But it's kind of like, definitely. But it's kind of like, yeah, that's what that means to me, basically. So I've kind of lost the thread of what I was saying, but there's something about the months between October, which is a few days away, and to February that I feel there's something going to happen in the January and February that it's like, what is it that's going to happen? We've unpacked a story now. So that's what I'm getting here, though. It's like a family got in the way. Is this Romeo and Juliet? I always say Venus and Scorpio is like Romeo and Juliet. It is like a family or family obligation, something like that, have got in the way of a union. But whatever's unfolding, like very soon, not anymore. So it could be somebody taking their power back and telling their family where to go. And that doesn't mean to say turning their back. It could just be like, this is what I want to do, respect it, or you won't be seeing me as much as what you were before, something like that, like boundaries. Or it could be for really bad examples, it could be like, it depends how deep this runs. What else do we need to know? Yeah, clairsentience. And this would make, look, and that's fucking mental. Now we've got 11. So we've got, so we literally, I just included November because they gave me I'm forgetting now because they gave me October and then I said whatever I said about December because it was a 12 and then it was January, February, and now we've got 11. So there's November. So yeah, basically over the next few months, this will unfold for whoever this is making sense to. Angel of Clairsentience. And this would make sense to you because I feel it's happening now. Like this is something that's already happening. This would be known to you. I'm going to do some more. I'm fucking loving this shit, guys. This is like. But does anybody want another? Yeah, somebody has said. I'm like, I only was doing this because I hadn't. So, and they're like, we said what we said, bitch. At least there's no the C word. Angel of Clairsentience. You would know. So November could be significant to you, or Scorpio season, or Sagittarius season. But yeah, that'll make sense to you. Angel of Clairaudience, 10 again, October. It's happening soon. We're days away from October. Angel of Clairaudience. Because it's like if you're the masculine, I feel like your guides, your angels, God, whatever you like is screaming at you to do something. because the bullying of angel prevention, I just know with that card, it's literally about people that are bullies around somebody. And if you're the feminine, I feel you're hearing songs and stuff like that, or you're just getting stuff from your guides. Um, yeah, chakra balancing angel. And it's because, like, look, two people, like, you've both been clearing your chakras, and but whoever the person was that wasn't getting it is like strongly gets. So that's really interesting. So again, let me know now. What else do we need to know? Holy, oh fuck, that makes a lot of sense. Look at this. Discontent and muses. Somebody's been amused. Now that when I'm saying somebody, this actually not that was quite specific details, but that you'll be surprised that'll make sense to a group of people, not just two people. Um, Somebody's extremely discontent and their divine feminine, because it's got muses, is guiding somebody out of the dark with the Holy Spirit, and it's got rest on it. But so somebody could be in a period of healing and rest in a dark night of the soul, but it's got something to do with everything I just read. Yeah, business and Venus. Oh God, it's got the money all over the trees. This might be like whatever I tuned in earlier, but that more felt like a love partner. The one earlier was definitely somebody's been fleeced or something. Like somebody's fucked somebody over with money or something like that. But I'm not really liking that I was talking about fat like that. The one earlier felt like somebody's partner, but now this is like I don't know, family. Something to do with money, creativity. Oh my God, I've just caught it the Divine Mother again as well. So yeah, shadow. Yeah. So again, it's like I'm just laughing because it's like I'm laughing out of nerves. It fits with conversations I've had and sessions and some of these video. It's like yeah, it's people that are in their unhealed shadow that I don't know that's going to make sense to whoever that's for. There's something not very nice about that. Right. What was I got right? So for Tina, and then I'll maybe do a few more of these. Yes, a video myself and it helped. Oh, I'm glad to know. So maybe it's an Aries thing, Tina. Does anybody else do what me and Tina do? My back of my neck and my head have been sore for 2 days. Oh no. Well, I'm definitely putting out the prayers there for that to, for you to receive the healing for that. Um, And also, I will be anyone in the membership. I'll be in the membership tomorrow at some. I don't know what time, but I'll be in the membership at some point. It might not even be a live. It might just be a recorded video. But because I would usually do them around the Thursday, and everything's just a bit disjointed this week because I was I was recharging from my weekend. So, but yeah, on the prayer list. So come in. Let me know if you're in there, what you need prayers for. Compromise, master teacher. So, Tina, I was pulling one for you there. So, there's something there about reaching a compromise with someone in your life, or it could be a compromise within yourself. And I feel like when you reach this compromise with someone, or I don't know, something that you're reconciling within yourself, there's going to be some kind of celebration that comes about from that. And that's kind of could make sense to a lot of people because that card's about union as well, celebration. So I really do feel there's some kind of like, look, and that even looks like a yin yang sort of, with the hands. It's like I do feel this is about you reconciling, balancing your own masculine and feminine energy, which is what Libra season is all about, of course. Right, so I'm going to get back to doing some of these random ones because that was quite, I don't know, I like just sort of throwing it out there. Um, we'll just get the cards and then see what this is about. I'm really, really hungry now. I'm just thinking about all the stuff I could eat. Um, I've got overnight oats. That's like my favourite thing. I've kind of made myself a little bit sick of it now, but um, Toast. Oh my God, wait a minute, my back's, man. This isn't mine, because I can sit for hours and not have shit like that happen. It's like my back's really sore. Purpose. Right. So look, somebody that's 30 is like they're being guided to focus on their purpose. Now, what is really standing out to me here is this man is carrying a case and flowers and there's an arrow pointing. So, you know, that does kind of remind me of that Knight of Cups card where it's the guy sitting on the seat with the roses. It's like let's see if there's any other cards that indicate that. But it's like I'm kind of getting that this is like somebody's clearly being shown that their purpose has got something to do with a twin flame. We need another deck of cards to. This is what I mean. A lot of the masculines are figuring out a lot of deep shit. Now there's sacred masculine, there's awakened masculine. Why have I picked up? They tell us something about what is this purpose? And remember, there's only 3 cards in this. There's the one where there's a bit of a spicy card, and there's the lovers card where they're Nike, and in a classy way. And there's the soul love, and there's also my God, I've been on here that long. It's going to be 144 in a couple of minutes. That might be when I leave, to be fair, but I'll just see. What's the other one? Soul love, lovers, and do you want to form an alliance with me? That would make sense if that one comes out, but let's just see. What is this masculine's purpose? All the ones that resonate with this. Why speak? So I feel it's not one of the love cards, but I feel there's something that if this is you now you don't need to be a man, it just looks like a wee man silhouette. You could be a woman too, but you're in the masculine energy. There's something that you've got, like you're a visionary, and there's something that you've got a vision with, and it's something around speaking up about something that matters, or it could be being a speaker or a singer, something to do with your voice. Communication, whether written or spoken, hold frequencies that help shape your reality. So I do feel because this is about your purpose is to be a speaker about something. But also I feel that because that wee man is holding a bag and he's holding flowers, I feel that this is about speaking your truth. So that actually fits with the healing I done earlier. Like that was definitely something. There's been a hex put on somebody speaking their truth. Oh my God, I've just actually realised how deep that is, that I changed my number of a mobile phone, which is to do with the voice. See what I mean? And so even that is a message for whoever all resonates with that. But that could be lifting a block or a hex on speaking your truth. Interesting. Visionary, you have the capacity to envision what's possible. So again, I really do feel there's something, and when I say I really do feel if you're new, that means there's a really strong message coming through. This is about a man that is ready to speak their truth. And you've already been seeing what's possible. So I feel I feel you've actually had a vision of this conversation. Or if it's about speaking to a wider audience, you know, whatever this message is meaning to people. But I'm getting more the feel like devotion. I'm getting more the feeling it's like somebody that's been building up to speak their truth. God, this is getting a little bit juicy, guys. This is like the one I done earlier. What else do we need to know about this? Oh yeah, compromise. Mercury has just went into Libra. So that is about like mending bridges and compromise. It's also love, peace, and harmony. So yeah, that it is easier to beware of people pleasing, but it's kind of like it is about all those things. Mend the bonds hurt by pride. That's what I help people do. That's from Brave. Maybe somebody needs to be brave to do this. Oh my God. Look, it just fucking came out again. Bullying prevention angel. Yeah, this is definitely like, is that the same? That's connected to what this must be a theme right now. There's a lot of masculines that are realizing where they're surrounded by bullies. How else am I meant to read that? Sorry to laugh, but it's like this is this person's realizing that they're surrounded by, well, I said it earlier, I'm not saying that again. I'm surrounded by a bunch of, you know what I mean? You insert the word that you want to use. And I don't want to be here actually. And that's the truth. Angel of truth. Look. Sorry to laugh, but the way it's coming out is pretty brutal. Somebody's realising that the people that are around are not very nice. Like Angel of channeling. Oh look, and maybe like this is somebody that's channeling like me, like channeling like, well, you're not channeling like me because there is only one me. But and look, something could be something shifted around. Something's been happening yesterday because it's got a 26 on it. Well, it's the 28th now technically where I live, but um yeah, I feel like there's channeling abilities that are awakening you. 21, Angel of Patience. Like it's like you're having to be very patient with yourself right now. Anyway, I'm like, look, let's just go to these cards to see what that's about. Because talking to oh yeah, look, talking to patience, I'm getting a bit impatient now because I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm actually really hungry. So look, I'm realizing I know I blocked our union and I know I'm really blocking myself. Yeah, that fits with what I've just been saying, doesn't it? There it is. Look, wow, that's the one that I pulled earlier. Or wait a minute, did I pull it earlier somewhere? I think I did. Look, I'm planning. I want us to get together in person. I'm just afraid of messing it up with my stupid behavior, right? I'm fucking mind blown. That's what I've just said. This guy, this girl, whoever you are, this person is wanting to speak and they're planning, and the only reason why they're not talking is because they're afraid of fucking it up. That's you know, that's how it is. And guys, I'm going to end this at 144 because they obviously wanted. I nearly actually started this at 11:44, so a variation of 144, obviously. And now they must be wanting me to end this at 144. So over and out. I hope you got something from this. If you want something further and you want to book a session because very soon, as in like the next week, I will be having a couple of weeks off and then I'll be back working very hard again, no doubt. But yeah, going to love you and leave you. Oh my God, because I'm looking like a little bit of a hot mess right now. I need to go and get my jammies on. So yeah, see you later.